Alright, how many of you have gone through adolescence or puberty? Almost all of us, correct? Feeling a bit pity on those little kids who are transforming into adults? We are going to discuss the same. Being a teenager is much harder than being an adult. Teenagers are constantly under an immense amount of stress. Their bodies are changing mentally as well as physically. Many don't even get proper sleep due to all this happening in their lives. I have also gone through this period and I know, in fact all of us know how hard it is. Possessiveness, mood swings are common, right? I must mention that due to all this I lost a very good friend. Whenever she used to spend time with others, somehow deep in my heart I used to feel, hey, I'm here too. We had Cold War kind of things and then we just separated. I regret for it very much. Now coming back to the point. As they say, teenagers are the most confused people in the world. They are treated like children and are expected to act like adults. It is 100% correct. At this delicate age, teenagers don't understand what to do. Even the American Psychological Department states that the schools are the biggest source of stress for teenagers. The pressure on those little adults to perform well in a variety of sports, academic and extracurricular activities is very much. On top of this, teens at high school are expected to make wise and life-changing decisions. Amongst all those teenagers, there are many sports persons whose history marks don't matter. There are melodious singers whose chemistry marks don't matter. When parents don't understand their child's passion and force them to learn the revised subjects all the time, the child feels depressed. Another problem found in teenagers is peer pressure. This is linked with two things. Let us assume that teenage boy has given his board examination. He takes the science stream just because all his friends are doing, not because it is his capacity. Now, what will happen that he will lag behind in studies all the time and will face many difficulties. This was about studies and another is bad habits. Nowadays, teenagers just want to make friends and the teen with the most bad habits gain the most popularity. So teenagers, in order to make friends, they do anything possible. They don't understand what they are doing is right or wrong. They just want to prove themselves. In peer pressure, teenagers take drugs, smoke, etc. just to fulfill their friends' demands. If we take an example that a teenager is going abroad for vacation, then his friend also want to go to just copy him. Some teenagers' parents can fulfill the demands of their child, but most cannot. So, this peer pressure brings a bit of hurdles in the bonding of a parent and a child. Another is need of privacy. Teenagers don't share the random stuff with their parents. It can be said that the child is learning to become independent, but there are some things which are necessary to share with parents. When teenagers take all the burden on their heads, their parents may also face many difficulties. And the most important is the social media addiction. Nowadays, most teenagers use social media apps like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram to show how great their life is. It sometimes may be true, but sometimes even not. Teenagers, when they overuse the social media apps, it may lead to serious problems. And when I am talking about social media addiction, I must mention that the television plays a lead role in it. Well, we all watch the TV, then how can it prove dangerous? When we watch it for more than 4 to 5 hours, it really proves dangerous. And especially when we watch the scenes of murder, fighting, etc., it can prove very abusive for a teenager. Another problem is bullying. At this teenage or puberty, most of the teenagers change their schools, high schools, universities for their further studies. They meet many new people over there. There are some good people as well as bad people. The teenagers who are physically weak are especially bullied by the stronger ones. It can also happen vice versa. When a teen faces problems at home, he may take out his frustration on others. Now the point is how to cure or solve these problems. At this age, teenagers, all they need is support, the correct support from their parents or friends. Raising a teenager is never easy, and anyone of you who has raised a teenager knows how baffling a teenager's behavior can be, especially when your teen is violent or depressed. It can be overwhelming. Sometimes it may be hard to believe, but no, your teenager isn't an alien from a distant planet. You may feel exhausted from lying awake all night, but worrying where your teen is, with whom they are, and what they are doing. Don't worry, it's common. As the hormones are changing, the teenager face a lot of problems, but when you support them, they might be cured. Here I conclude saying that, dear teenage buddies, you're great. Don't worry, you're just going through the process which will make you fantastic. Thank you.